This episode of the Nerf Herder Council is brought to you by Audible. Visit audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. Warning: the following podcast contains irreverent humor, exceptionally nerdy opinions, potential cursing, and plenty of love for the prequels. If any of the preceding offends you, please turn off this podcast immediately, and may the Force be with you.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
You can't use that word! Only we can use that word!
Since the last South Park, you've waited 4 long weeks to find out who the father of Eric Cartman is. Now, finally, the shocking truth about Cartman's lineage will not be seen tonight, so that we can bring you the following special presentation.
You're tuned in to the Nerf Herder Council, your source for Star Wars opinion, conversation, and debate. Featuring your hosts, JT, Star Wars. It's freaking Star Wars. Like, what, you gonna go to fucking Jedi Library or something? AJ.
Yeah, Rebels is a lot like our show, where we think we have a good idea and then it just fails in execution.
Steve.
It's a sign of any good audio podcast is visuals, right?
On this episode of the Nerf Herder Council, since the second half of our previous episode got deleted, we grab our cell phones and look up the dumbest Episode 9 rumors we can find.
This is the Nerf Herder Council.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT. With me are AJ and Steve. We are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. And do not forget, you can get your own official Nerf Herder Council swag at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com, so go check that out. This was supposed to be part 2 of a 2-part episode that we started with our last show. Unfortunately, the computer deleted part 2, so we do not have a part 2.
What had happened was I was cutting up the show like we always do, like I always do, and I open up multiple screens of Audacity, and I cut, and I put a new thing in a new page, I cut, put a new thing in a new page. I got everything done, even posted the 2 intros up to our little file sharing thing. And when I went to found the perfect cut point and went to cut it and save it on the new thing, I open the new page, go to paste it, and I just get the dumb little circle that's taken forever for some reason. And sometimes that happens, especially when we were doing our hour-and-a-half long shows, because it takes a little while to do that. But since we down to the 30 minutes, it's been going pretty quick. I'm like, this is taking way too long. And then the little box pops up. It's like, this program stopped working. I'm like, well, crap. I'm like, well, okay. I'm like, just recover all Audacity projects. Not a big deal. And just opens a page, opens a page, opens a page. I'm like, cool, I got everything. I'm just going to go to the new audio track and paste the second half of the show. And I'm just right-clicking, and there's nothing to paste. So it did everything.
Oh, the wonders of technology.
Yeah, everything except the one thing. And it was even highlighted where I cut, like, the dark gray was on the screen to just let me know, hey, what you used to have was right here. And yet this doesn't exist anymore. So have fun with that, idiot.
So it wasn't that good of a show anyway.
So after throwing my headphones at the computer repeatedly, I remembered, hey, there's a lot of production work in this computer, and I have to make it all again from scratch if I break this thing, so I'm going to stop doing it right now.
Yeah.
And that's why we're
Maybe
here tonight
not break
recording.
everything. So speaking of here tonight recording,
That could have possibly been our last podcast because I might not have had any equipment down here anymore.
way to go, man. I'm glad you kept your temper just in check enough.
And I can hear everything out of my headphones, so obviously these things are built pretty good.
Well, there you go. So since we had to come up with an episode topic on the fly, we had one in the can that we were waiting to do for a night when we had absolutely no ideas, and that night is upon us. So we figured that we would look up episode 9 rumors on the fly. And so we're all on our cell phones here trying to find stupid ones. And by the way, pay attention to the dates because some of these are like months old, so they've already been reported a bunch. But
Not by us, and that's all that matters.
I have one from 2 days ago that already has me annoyed. Star Wars Episode 9 rumors, leak claims Naomi Ackley is Lando's daughter. Oh, great. I don't want any more of this so-and-so's daughter, so-and-so's son crap.
Okay,
It's been done to death.
All right, I was going to say, I'm like, because I don't recognize the name, so I'm not affected by that. But now that you've explained just that it's the fact that it's
You don't recognize the name Lando Calrissian?
No, the girl's name. I know Lando. I think I've seen him in 1, maybe 2 movies.
I think it's Ackie. It might be an I instead of an L. Yeah, it's an
But yeah,
I
I get what you're saying. The fact that they just can't let go of original trilogy. They need to keep that little thread because they feel like people need to have that constantly. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I liked episode 7 so much is that you got Rey and Finn, and even if you don't like the characters, they were new. I mean, until we watch episode 9 and you find out like Finn is Obi-Wan's nephew's next door neighbor or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Don't rehash things.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope that Rey and all of them don't have anything to do with original trilogy people. I've been scared of that because I've said it on the show that I'm like, dude, low-hanging fruit is Rey as a Kenobi. Oh, or actually,
well, I have to admit, I wouldn't mind if she was a Kenobi.
Skywalker,
yeah, I wouldn't mind if she was a Kenobi, but a Skywalker, like, oh, please, let's not do
those
this
are the
again.
lowest hanging fruits. But at this point, I still hold my breath. I hope to God that I thought we were going to get that in 8 when she fell down the hole and was looking into the infinity mirror. I'm just like, please don't make her a Skywalker, please. So I'm praying that we get through episode 9 and she's just Rey. I really hope that she's not connected in any way with anybody at this point.
I am so on the same page.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be the Star Wars formula, would it?
It would not be.
No,
sadly.
it would not be.
Also, if you want an organic way to get Lando involved, since he did go off and do other things without the Resistance or before the Resistance was even the Resistance, at least if it's like his daughter, then he can like come in or be drawn back into the fold by his daughter who just happens to get wrapped up in this thing. Makes kind of sense.
Yeah, but they've done that family thing so much.
Yeah, and it's not even just Star Wars. It's movies in general. That is kind of a broad statement, especially when you're dealing with sequels and everything, that it's got
a common trope.
One just got released last week with the new Apollo Creed movie. It's the same stories, just told with different people, and they're using old storylines. So it's Back to the Future, but it's so-and-so's son and daughter instead, or it's Apollo Creed's son or daughter, or it's Luke Skywalker's son or daughter.
Yeah, I'm over that part of it. Like, do something original. I mean, that's the whole thing that makes episode 8 so cool, was that it turned so many things on its ear. It's not the same old thing that we've seen before. So I hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. I mean, I don't know. Here's one AJ would like. This is a potential major plot spoiler.
Ooh.
I love these. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it? What is it? I must know.
While we ultimately have no idea what's in store for us in Star Wars Episode 9, we're certainly expecting a massive event movie that will bring an end to the Skywalker saga. I hope it doesn't. Now a new rumor's making the rounds that would certainly put a big twist on the final episode. Okay. I will The rumor claims that part of Star Wars Episode 9 will be dedicated to Kylo Ren working to root out a potential mole that he believes is giving information to the Resistance. In the end, it will be discovered, and here's the real spoiler bit, that the mole is actually...
Himself.
No.
Damn it.
Close.
I thought it was going to be like split personality thing or something.
Bill Weasley.
No.
Damn it. There's like 5 of those kids. I don't know.
He's been giving information to the Resistance from the First Order.
Nice, General Hux. My boy Hux.
He turns out to be a good guy. Isn't that kind of like, what's the dude's name in Rebels with the lamb chops?
Callus. Agent Callus. Yeah.
Yes, Agent. So he'd be like Agent Callus.
We kind of talked about that before
Which would suck.
when we talked about what we thought was going to happen with Episode 9, except it was the other way around. Remember that Hux was going to catch Kylo, basically turn in a little green, a little light almost.
Yeah.
They couldn't. They could not do this. The novelizations are canon as far as we know, and they go so far in the Last Jedi novelization about how Hux has like the ultimate faith in the strength of technology and order and everything. He's like First Order to the core. There is no way in hell, based on the way they describe his characters in his internal dialogue, that he would ever give the Resistance anything.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I don't.
And then they've been toting the line with Kylo for 2 movies too, so it kind of makes more sense that if anybody's going to turn, it's going to be him, and Hux is just going to be the guy that basically runs the First Order at that point.
I have to say, if they're going to do one or the other, I would prefer that it would be Hux because, again, if Kylo Ren turns, it's basically like redoing Vader.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that too. So, I mean, what are they? Well,
And like I said,
it is J.J. Abrams. He could rehash everything we've seen.
The fact that he's been toting the line, you're going to go, I'm surprised, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
We've seen way too much pro wrestling to be surprised by any heel or face turn.
Yep.
Exactly.
And it doesn't even have to make sense. That's another thing that wrestling conditioned us for.
That's true. That is very true.
Be like, well, it's the Monday Night Raw after Survivor Series. Who's going to punch who in the nuts?
Right.
That's what they'll do. They'll just turn it into a giant Royal Rumble at the end. Like the First Order and the Resistance, there'll be like nut shots and everything.
Right.
And people throwing flying burritos and all that crap. That would be awesome. All right, so do you guys have one? Because I found another one.
Kylo Ren hits Hux with an enziguri.
The Insecurity, my favorite move ever.
I have not read anything. I'm just kind of scrolling down Google here, but I'm annoyed just by not clicking the link, and it just says how Boba Fett could rocket into Star Wars Episode 9 and beyond.
Oh, geez. Are you kidding me?
I'm like, I don't even want to give the glorification of a click on this.
Oh, my God.
I feel like I'm going to click on this, and it's just going to take me to a YouTube video of getting rickrolled. Because I really can't justify anything else coming from that. And then the one underneath that, again, just annoyed by reading the beginning of it, why Kylo Ren will almost definitely die at the end of Star Wars Episode 9. Almost definitely.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, can I cut in for breaking news from
Because he might, but
2
he
weeks
might
ago?
not, but he might, but also
No, AJ,
might
you
not.
can't. That's old news.
So what?
Break in.
We love it. We are not getting into that
because
conversation.
it's brand new today on our show.
It's brand new for us, damn it. It's real to me, damn it. No, I didn't realize.
So much bleed on this episode.
You know how much we love Chuck Wendig, like favorite author, right? I mean, we talk about him the most of anybody. So that must be it. So, did you know that his entire Shadow of Vader series for Marvel has been canceled?
Yeah, and like 60 to 80% of the episodes were already were already completed.
Yeah. So
They just scrapped them. They're not doing anything with them. They're just gone.
if that's not the ultimate middle finger, I don't know what is. Like they're losing money on stuff just to spite him.
Well,
It must have been crap.
no, the guy was busy hollering at people online, and it's, I posted on Star Wars Newsnet, had an article about it, and I posted. I said,
I unfollowed him on our page because now, if you want to throw your political opinions out there, that's fine. We hate politics, but we're not going to silence you for it. It was constant, and I don't want to see that crap in my Star Wars feed. So I muted the guy, whatever it is. I unfollowed or whatever. I didn't unfollow, but whatever it is on Twitter, whatever.
You made him shut up.
Yeah, muted, whatever. And I was like, but do what you do. It's your account, your work. You can do whatever you want. But the problem is when you see the guy responding to people, he was just destroying people, just killing them, and it was really rude. It was just one of those one-sided, argument type of a thing. One-sided arguments type of a thing. Excuse me. Can't even speak tonight. Good Lord, I'm tired. It's just, accusing people of things and then doing that exact thing in other tweets. It's just very double standard-ish. And I think people finally got sick and tired of it. And Disney went, yeah. Even though it's freedom of speech. Yeah, you have freedom of speech, but you can't be just destroying the paying customer like that constantly. You're way too aggressive and way too polarizing, so see you later.
It's an unexpected move for them. It's too aggressive.
So the website that had the stupid Boba Fett thing that I wouldn't click on, they have they have another one that just says 3 ways a Death Star-esque super weapon could be in Star Wars Episode 9.
I read something about that, and it's
again not clicking it because I'm just not going there. But
here's one that will annoy all of us. With 8 new characters being introduced to Star Wars Episode 9, fans have long been wondering if there would be any familiar names among the latest crop. Before I continue, 8 new characters in the 9th movie of 9. Why?
Unnecessary.
Yeah, what are you doing? That's just, you're just shoehorning crap in there. This is not, the second Avengers movie where you've had 26 movies to lead into it. You don't need new characters. Just have everybody start kicking ass on each other. Or, geez.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the means to an end, not start over again by introducing everybody from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Man,
right
I would love to agree with you guys sometimes, but you just always bring up stuff that I can contradict. Dude, the Resistance had their asses handed to them in Episode 8. We've already agreed they are no threat to the First Order. You have to have more Resistance people. You must expand the Resistance, or else there's no story for 9.
But how many main characters are going to fit in?
Well, they could also be nobodies.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be like Rose's sister who died after 1 minute in the bomber.
Yeah, I stand corrected. That's a good point.
Okay, yeah, the way he said it made it sound like there's main characters coming in, and that's why I'm like, yeah, that's too much.
Well, these might be main characters. Let's see. There are always rumors and leaks doing the rounds, but a particular one related to a Star Wars, I'm not going to say the word, give it away, character has fans excited. YouTuber Mike Zero, and I found his stuff to be total clickbait, so take it with a grain of salt, has described a scene in the upcoming film where a pair of Resistance fighters are seen aboard Maz Kanata's ship fighting off the First Order. One of the characters, he says, is, quote-unquote, an older man with long wavy hair sporting a green vest, holding what very well could be a lightsaber in his hand. The other...
Ram Koda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other blue-eyed character is described as being around the same age as Luke Skywalker was in The Last Jedi. Perhaps a sign that this is indeed Ezra Bridger.
Damn it, Steve, where's that soundboard?
100% complete transparency right now. Ezra Bridger in Episode 9, I walk out of the theater. 100% done.
I won't walk out because I have to see how the whole thing finishes, but it's gonna get an hour and a half long eye roll from me.
Don't care, and I will knock everybody's popcorn out of their hands on the way out the door. I don't care. Do not put Rebels in my movies. I am done. I'm tapping out. I'm watching Star Trek.
Oh
no, I'm not going that far.
Oh my gosh.
I'll take that part back. But I will hold out my anger until the Blu-ray comes out because I got all the other ones. Speaking of all that, again, real quick, because mine that I'm finding are so annoying that they're not even worth talking about. I'm looking at an article right now suggesting that a rumor of Padme coming back somehow in episode 9. Yeah, we're doing this. And the first sentence in the article, if I can actually click on it, the surprise cameo of Darth Maul in Solo: A Star Wars Story has made it abundantly clear that Lucasfilm is perfectly willing to bring back characters from the prequels, despite the continuing infamy of these 3 films.
But she's dead.
Maul got cut in half, though.
Okay, but so what happened to Padme then?
She
What did Anakin resurrect her or something?
She just fell asleep because she was tired from having the babies, and the Emperor clearly lied to Vader and hid her aura from him in the Force and everything. And now Padme's just, I'm not sure what the timeline would be, so let's just say she's 187 years old, and she's just gonna pop out, and she's just gonna show up and go, my little Annie would not have wanted this, and Kylo's gonna go, you're right, and then it's gonna say written, directed by.
Oh my gosh, some of this stuff is just.
Okay, well, I've got one that actually is not really a spoiler or a rumor, but it is episode 9 stuff, and it's important.
Okay.
Okay.
So listen, I'll allow it.
No episode 9 trailer before Star Wars Celebration Chicago. For reasons? Reasons being too much, too soon.
Okay.
That was the tweet by Jeremy Conrad. He was asked about an Avengers 4 trailer and said maybe not this week, but we may have some good news. And someone said 9, and he goes, no 9 until April. There are reasons why it's too soon to show stuff.
What reasons could that be?
I'm assuming it's a matter of other bits of the story that influence episode 9 not coming out until closer to April. Like maybe something in Resistance.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Some other story thread, yeah. Like
Okay.
I could say I don't really care about that. It's only a trailer. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if we have to wait till Celebration to see a trailer for the movie. That's not the end of the world.
Well,
to me,
considering
so.
I'll be in the room when it plays.
Yeah.
Because I'm not missing the opening ceremony again. We are not revisiting the last one, or else I will cry. But wow, yeah, that's a good. All right, yeah. So if it's not in Resistance, where else would like the story thread be that would be big enough?
Mandalorian's not going to be out by then.
No, nothing else is.
Comics?
Yeah, but that's not a big enough. Like as we've discussed, that's not a big enough medium to like drop a hint like that.
Maybe something in the trailer would spoil something for Resistance or the comics, or I don't know.
I see the movie.
It's got to be a sequencing thing. It's just got to be a matter of like how they roll out different parts of the saga.
Do you think? Yeah, because I was gonna say like I wonder if it's like maybe the trailer would have a particular character that's like it's like a huge reveal. You know, like holy crap, here's Thrawn or something.
Could be, yeah. Maybe
but why would that be too soon? So yeah, it's got to be something happening in the timeline, like you said, and I don't.
No, it could be a surprise reveal.
For what is that show the short cartoons, the shorter ones, the Forces of Destiny?
That's the girls' show.
Okay,
you're talking about the new Star Wars Kids thing on YouTube?
No, because that wouldn't have any. That's just redoing old movie bits.
Yeah.
Man, if it's not in Forces of Destiny or Resistance, I don't know where it would be. Unless they are having Mara Jade in there, and something in Forces of Destiny will show that, and then you're like, oh crap. So I guess if we start reading Star Wars news and they say, holy crud, like Forces of Destiny revealed, Mara Jade or something, I think then we can kind of infer from that tweet, like put 2 and 2 together, wouldn't you think?
Well, it's weird. You've got a 2+ hour movie, all that stuff to cut from, and you can't put together anything that's not spoilerific before April?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And besides, those damn spoilers, those damn trailers they've been putting out. I am really not speaking well this evening. Those damn trailers they've been putting out don't give any spoilers away anyway. They don't. You can't tell anything about the plot from those things. So what does it matter? It's got to be character related, wouldn't you think?
It's got to be. They're too smart to release plot points. And
it's going to show Lando. Everyone's like, you already told us that. And they're going to, oh, we forgot we confirmed him already. They're just going to completely shit the bed. Man, oh man. But I saw something about a trailer coming out soon, and then it was, well, no, probably not till Celebration. And personally, I'm fine. I think it's cool when they show the first trailer at Celebration, because then it's like this huge explosive event and everything.
Yeah.
And again, I will be in the room to watch it live, so that would be pretty sweet. So I want to see that.
There was no problem with the way things were done for the trailers on episode 8, but there was something that felt way cooler about how they released it for 7. And if they're going to wait till Celebration to release the 9 trailer, I'm for it. But that's fine. It makes it a spectacle instead of just, hey, you guys went to go see Wreck-It Ralph in theaters. Here's Star Wars Episode 9 trailer.
Yeah.
It's just it makes it something bigger than it really
An event,
should be.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for episode 7, there was the second trailer, because that was the one where
Or thanks for watching Monday Night Football. Here's the halftime.
Yeah.
I was glued to the TV for that. Holy crap. But yeah, I mean, like I said, what I was going to say is the episode 7 trailer at Celebration that year was the reveal of the first reveal of Han and Chewie. So the one prior to that just basically had ships flying around and stuff like that, and
They were just like, oh yeah, by the way, we're making Star Wars. Nothing, just here's some sand, here's some ships, no big deal. They didn't show anything.
right.
That's the thing, is like, we're such a rabid audience anyway. Like, they could make that trailer out of anything they want. Just have like some John Williams music, anything will do whatsoever. Yep. They could put in Jurassic Park music and be like, oh, it's John Williams, it's close enough.
By the way, speaking of John Williams, I forgot to tell you guys this. This is off topic, but did you see that he wrote a theme song for Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah, did you get to hear it yet?
Yeah, it was awesome. Have you heard it, AJ?
I didn't pay attention to it. I saw it on the Star Wars show, but I didn't know as I was hearing it that it was John Williams and it was new music.
Yeah, it's a new theme song. It is really cool.
Yeah, it's so good. It's gonna give you like the douche chills when you're going into Galaxy's Edge when you're in a Disney park, dude. It really is going to.
We call them nerd chills on our show, Steve. Nerd. We are not douchebags. We are nerds.
No, I'm just keeping it realistic.
Nice. So, AJ, you were looking at your phone. Do you have another one for us?
I was trying to find the one that you were talking about before we went on air tonight, about a certain lightsaber.
Yes.
While you're trying to find that, I found another one that somebody is claiming they have a leak of storyboard scenes that says it's a description of Luke and Rey on a jungle world. In front of Leia, Luke raises his hand with a kyber crystal floating above it. The crystal is red, kind of like the one The Last Jedi shows. However, it is a different one because the one in Last Jedi was a fragment. This is a full red kyber crystal. Rey is meditating on a rock. The red crystal floats towards her and then falls into the palm of her hand. This could be Luke's final lesson of constructing a lightsaber of her own. And Luke, of course, only gave Rey 2 of the 3 promised lessons in The Last Jedi. But is he now introducing her to the dark side powers, which is what Snoke always wanted? And this is also an echo of Kylo Ren's torment and Anakin/Vader before him.
Sweet, I could totally debunk this one.
Go for it, because I was waiting for that anyways while I was reading this.
The Ahsoka book. The Ahsoka book, they cover that the color of the crystal is determined by the possessor. Because Ahsoka got her white sabers in Rebels from defeating an Inquisitor and using the twin crystals in his blade, which then turned white because she is neither good nor bad.
Since when is she... How is this? We're not going to go there. How is Ahsoka part bad? Like, how's she in the middle? Like, how is she?
She's not a Jedi. She's not allied to the light.
Oh, stop it. So, how does some of this crap get past the story group? Like sometimes, they need to institute slapping in those meetings. Sometimes people need, when they blurt this stuff out, there needs to be somebody there just slap them. Like, no.
We're to blame. We as fans are to blame. They could have just shown up with white lightsabers because people think white sabers are cool, but there's going to be outcry. You can't have white sabers. We've only seen one purple and green and blue. She got to have one of those colors. You can't have just a white saber.
It's very true. It's very, very, very true.
Maybe that's their form of trolling. They're like, okay, here's the shittiest explanation we can come up with. Here's a turd for you. There, suck on that.
Oh.
I'm reading another one as we speak here about Princess Leia having a lightsaber in Episode 9. More leaks.
Ooh, maybe she Dewey Coxes herself. That's how they write her out.
More leaks claim Leia will not only be...
I'm cut in half pretty bad.
Says Leia will not only be part of a powerful and triumphant scene, but she will finally ignite a lightsaber, and not just anyone, blah, blah, blah. She's going to have her own whatever the hell that we've never known that she has before at some point, blah, blah, blah. I'm exiting out of this.
I saw a rumor just now that said the Hutts will be involved in Episode 9. Yeah, they're going to go find Hutts.
I think that's something that actually the sequel trilogy could use a little bit of.
What, a little bit of Zero?
I'm not going to say... I'm not going to say that...
I was really trying to just bait him into a Zero impression right now.
Right.
Fail.
My throat's a little rough tonight. Sorry, guys. Okay, JJ did not do well with the callbacks in Episode 7. They were a little bit heavy-handed because it was just flashbacky, right? But it would be nice, especially after Episode 8 had none of it. It would be nice if we got some original trilogy stuff coming in an organic way. Like, do it well. That would be a neat thing for the sequel trilogy, don't you think?
How could they do it organically that wouldn't be heavy-handed?
Well, the Hutts run a pretty sizable crime organization. I'm pretty sure they can just pretty much be anywhere where they need them to be.
All right. I mean, they've already got Lando in there, so I just don't know what else they could do that wouldn't seem like, hey, we're throwing as much crap in here as we can because it's the last Skywalker movie.
You know what? Maybe Lando loved that skiff costume that he was wearing so much to infiltrate Jabba's palace. Once the Empire was defeated, he just goes back to Tatooine or wherever the rest of the Hutts are at, and he's like, I'm free now. Could I have a job?
He's all bored.
I brought my own uniform.
He's all bored. Just goes to work in a Hutt palace.
I heard y'all was looking for a cool guy to work with.
Didn't you just help Han Solo escape? No. That was another guy. That wasn't me.
Come on, I make my own rules, baby.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I did just see one that said, this is from Mike Zero, who's, notoriously, unreliable, so take it with a grain of salt. And
Mike Zero? Hello there!
Look at that. Look at the audio, the wave file for that. Holy crap.
He tweeted no such thing.
We don't even have our filter on this show, so this is going to sound like the top end, man.
Don't worry. We're professionals. We have excellent sound quality, remember?
Oh, we used to. Yeah. the podcast review, that's right.
Content. Good.
Our content is just good.
All I know is that the production quality said excellent.
They just didn't like the fact that we have bleeped out curse words. We're the Baker Mayfield of podcasts.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that, too. So, So, anyways, a lot of the stuff I saw was this Mike Zero person, and none of it had any continuity. So, I just really think that guy's just making a whole ton of crap up to get clicks and all that stuff. And I hate that so much, but it is what it is.
Sure, it's working for him.
I'm excited for stuff to actually come out when things start getting more solidified, so you can say, okay, this seems legit. This seems legit. Until then, I mean, it's fun to look at, but it does get pretty frustrating. Like that Ezra Bridger one is just like, don't even shoehorn Rebels into this, please.
Dude, the thought never
Holy
even
crap.
crossed my mind till tonight. Now I'm just going to be scared to death until
Well,
we watch
it happened
this thing in
so
theaters.
long before the sequel trilogy. It's like, what are you going to do?
You know, irony of ironies, we're talking about episode 9 trailer. 4 years ago today was when the Force Awakens teaser trailer came out.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I didn't realize the teaser trailer dropped on November 28th, 2014. But yeah,
No kidding. Wow. Well, I'll be damned.
crazy.
I'll be damned. Man, it's so funny when you think about the sequel trilogy, because I remember when they announced the Disney sale in 2012, and you're like, we're getting more Star Wars. And then they announced the release. They're like, man, I got to wait like 3 years for more Star Wars. It's going to take forever. And now here we are, a year away from the sequel trilogy ending. And it's like, is it real? Has this time gone by that fast?
Yeah, really.
Like, what the heck?
Okay, I saw some fan art here in the Star Wars Reddit that reminds me of another lightsaber rumor that you were talking about, JT. So cue that one up.
I can't find it. Are
You can't find it.
Are you talking about the one that I just brought up right before we went on the air?
Yeah.
Where Kylo Ren's lightsaber is green?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That tells me, and this would be a cool story point, because what was my complaint about the Force projection at the end of Last Jedi? Luke has a blue saber.
Right.
Why would he have a blue saber?
Because we've already been over that. That's the one that Kylo Ren knows. It's the Skywalker lightsaber.
Yeah, but he knows Luke is having a green one because that's the one that Luke ignited in the hut in their last fateful meeting at the school.
That makes sense, but I just think that the blue one is the iconic one, because don't forget, it was Anakin's as well. So it was Anakin's and Luke's, so he's the next.
And he already
Quote,
fought
unquote, rightful
Rey.
heir.
He fought Rey with that lightsaber, so it kind of made sense that maybe Luke had that one in his hand
Yeah.
right now.
I think it was just a visual tell for the audience to let us know that this wasn't really on the level. But I also like the thought that it's because Kylo's got the green saber. What if Kylo took Luke's saber?
No, because the other part of the rumor was that he built it, and it's like more ancient looking than the crossguard one that he had.
Well, I've got a couple sources myself, and they say that that's Luke's saber. I can't reveal my sources. Reddit. People who
Yeah,
shall remain
exactly.
nameless. No, they were within Lucasfilm. Trust me, I know people at Lucasfilm. No, I don't know anybody at Lucasfilm.
Why'd you have to say that? You should have just kept it going. People are like, wait, you know?
I was
somebody at
gonna say
Lucasfilm?
that's what I'm thinking. Like, we could just make up our own rumors.
Let's just
See what
start
gets
lying.
traction. Yeah.
Let's just start lying. Like,
I was just
know
thinking,
somebody
wait-
at Lucasfilm. What, you do? And then we'll just run with it. Like, one of us knows somebody at Lucasfilm. So when we start spewing out rumors, then people are like, holy crap, it comes from Lucasfilm.
The dozens of listens we get per week is just the front for the fact that we're insiders at Lucasfilm.
No, but I love that
Instantly,
idea
Our
that
numbers jump up.
Wouldn't it be cool though if it turns out that Kylo actually did take Luke's saber?
I would like to see that lightsaber again. It's my favorite lightsaber.
I mean, it was there. Luke got knocked out. He said, when I came to, he was gone, temple on fire. So the saber was there, and Luke was defenseless, and we never saw the saber again. So it's perfectly plausible.
Could be.
I just want a way to get the green saber back into the story, damn it. That's my favorite lightsaber.
I just wonder. Well, no, the blue one is destroyed, but no, because in episode 7 he's like, that belongs to me. I mean, is he just trying to collect all of the Skywalker lightsabers or something?
That
He's just trying to pull a Grievous.
Yeah, really, seriously.
maybe? Yeah, what? He said that's a Finn, not Rey, right? No, he said it to Rey, didn't he?
Man, I'm drawing a blank. I haven't watched that movie in so long. It's wasn't it Finn? Did he say something like "come and get it" or something like that?
Could be.
I need to go back and watch that movie again. That's
The only way that line makes sense is if it is because he's a Skywalker and he's like, hey, that's, my family heirloom, not yours.
well, he could say that to Rey too, though. I mean,
Not yours!
Speaking of movies that I haven't watched in a long time, there's one I have watched very recently because I still cannot get enough of Rogue One, man. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this movie is awesome. But episode 7, not so much. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense for him to go after the blue one and the green one. I mean, I have seen a whole bunch of stuff that talks about Rey building her own lightsaber, so it doesn't sound like she would have the green one.
Maybe Kylo was just collecting it because he's just scared. He's like, I can't let Luke have a saber. Yeah. He's coming for me.
If he gets here with the lightsaber, I'm toast. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you get all the lightsaber? No, not just the blue. All of them. Every lightsaber. Yeah, purple too. Yes, purple.
I don't care if it's on Coruscant. Go get it. Oh my God, he's just got this pile. He's got like a Christmas sack over his shoulder, right? Like Jolly Saint Nick, but it's full of lightsabers. Couple fingers are still in there, like ooh, forgot to get that one out of there.
Be careful with that, man. You could just drop that bag and like 13 of them just activate.
That would look awful. All right, well, on that note, why don't we close up shop for this episode? Thanks again for checking out another episode of the Nerf Herder Council.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry we botched part 2 of the 2-part episode. So
Steve is close enough to the end. Control S. Now.
Yeah, hit the damn save button.
No, I'm not touching a damn thing because this all might get wiped out.
Then we're screwed. Another week with no episode. But don't forget, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. Thanks to Galactic Empire for letting us use their music as our theme. You can go find their 2 albums available on Rise Records and at all digital streaming and purchasing locations. You can find the Nerf Herder Council on pretty much any podcast app that you can think of. Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, CastBox, Spotify. We are available on YouTube. All of our episodes are up there if you'd like to check us out on that platform. The website, nerfherdercouncil.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can email us feedback at nerfherdercouncil.com, or you can interact with us directly at our Twitter page, which is at NHC Podcast. So find us there. And as always, don't forget you can get your official Nerf Herder Council swag at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. So, once again, I am your host, JT at Dogpound Jedi. He's AJ.
At Drake Adams 579.
He is Steve.
At JSteve1005.
And we will catch you next time.
Bolts is never gonna get us past that blockade.
This bucket's got a few surprises left in her. Plus me and Chewie are on it. Ain't that right, Chewie?
Hell yeah, you my Nerf herder.
You my Nerf herder.